Let's speak to Mehmet Ogutcu, who is the chairperson of the London Energy Club and a former diplomat, and joins me now live. Great to see you, Mehmet. So it's likely that one of the main focuses on the agenda between talks between these two presidents was the Turkish request to purchase American F-16 fighter jets. Now, on that issue, do you see any new willingness from the US to agree to this?
Well, whatever happened during the telephone conversation the night before between President Erdogan and President Biden, I think it was instrumental in breaking the deadlock about the Finnish and Swedish accession to NATO. I believe that Biden gave some assurance on a number of issues, which I believe then they discuss it in the bilateral meeting that we see right now. I think in that regard, Turkish opposition to the NATO expansion until its legal and legitimate security concerns and arms embargo lifting took place, worked very well. This was, I think, an excellent piece of brinkmanship in diplomacy, the last minute. And also one significant outcome is that meeting that we are seeing right now, because Biden refused to engage with President Erdogan for so long. It was only transactional relationship. We will know more about the content of the meeting very soon, I guess, but it's a very positive development itself. I believe that not only F-16 modernization and sale of new aircraft to Turkey, but on other issues as well, there will be some developments and the ice will be broken between the two countries. So this might be the beginning of it. Also, as you said, from the body language and chemistry, we see that both leaders are engaging quite sincerely. I hope that this will be the beginning of building up the US-Turkish relations damaged so badly in the past. So I think this accession discussions, which clear the way now for other major critical decisions in NATO, has been also instrumental in cementing the bilateral ties between the two leaders, first of all, and then on bilateral issues, as you mentioned, from S-400 to Fethullah Gülen issues, YPG, and many others. Once you start talking, you can manage the crisis, even if you cannot resolve it. So in that regard, I think a positive step has been taken.
You mentioned quite rightly Turkey's efforts in overcoming those obstacles to Finland and Sweden joining NATO, and that will be a huge relief for the US. It wanted to see NATO strengthened. Do you think the US now recognises Turkey's unique role that it could have in this Ukraine war, particularly when it comes to releasing those all-important grain exports from Ukrainian ports, because it also has this relationship with Russia?
Well, I think everybody recognized in Madrid that Turkey is the only country which can talk in equal terms to Kiev and Moscow, at the same time Brussels and Washington. Therefore, Turkey is playing a facilitating role. I wouldn't call it a brokerage or intermediary. Facilitating role has been appreciated. With regard to safe passage of grain exports through Turkish straits, perhaps Turkish Navy also escorting these ships, have been also very well recognized in the region. Turkey is not being pressurized to adopt the same sanctions as other European Union and NATO nations. So it is a sign that they recognize that. I think one important issue here is signing a memorandum with Sweden and Finland will not suffice to satisfy Turkish concerns. This is a good step. However, we have to see how effectively it's going to be executed. Then whether other members of NATO will follow suit, including US, in terms of restrictions of arms sale, and in terms of also other matters on YPG and what you have in the region. I hope very much that this meeting and this arrangement in Madrid will open the way for more positive and engaging dialogue between Turkey, US, and other NATO allies. Because if we are worried about the security of Sweden and Finland because of Russia, I think we should also worry about Turkish security concerns vis-a-vis Syria, Iraq, Iran, East Med, because Turkey is a fellow NATO member. benefiting also Article 5 and mutual solidarity and acting in unison. Turkey has always acted as a very trusted ally within NATO, and it expects the same from its allies. So, therefore, I hope if it is well followed up, and this summit might represent the beginning of a new engagement between Turkey and its NATO allies.
Mehmet, thank you very much indeed. Good to get your thoughts there. Mehmet Ogutcu there.